Hello, everybody. Welcome to Monday. This is GGameKnights. We are the Wildspace crew, and we're going to go on a spacey adventure tonight. We're really happy you all are joining us, either live or later. Wanted to real quickly let you all know about a couple of things coming down the pipeline. This coming Saturday, as every Saturday, usually, at 5:30 Eastern Time, we've got Survivors Complex continuing their adventure, which is amazing, helmed by Sean with an incredible cast of players. We also have the Monday after this, at the same time, 8 p.m. Eastern, we've got Apocrypha, ragtag group of apocalypto people trying to make things happen is what they're doing. And then the Thursday following that, so a week from this coming Thursday, is Tidefall. They just finished the that one's helmed by Lindsay, the peerless Lindsay. And we just finished a leg of our journey there. And so if you hop on now, it'd be a really great time for you to do that. Because you won't need to know too much, I don't think, right away anyway. So yeah. And what else do we got? We have YouTubes, we have Twitters, we have a Twitch that you're on right now if you're here with us live. And if you're not, then get to it, mein friend, please. Okay, but also besides our RPG streams, we also play lots of video games. We play lots of Overwatch. We've been playing some Sea of Thieves lately. We've been doing Warframe. Yesterday I played Doom a really long time. So there's lots of stuff going on here. So yeah, definitely follow and subscribe if you're feeling saucy. But without, well, is there any further ado? Should we have more ado? Any more ado? No. Okay. So because of where we left off last time, I'm not going to do a little side story. But if somebody is wanting to recap last session, you may, or we'll rule for it if no one volunteers in 5, 4, 3.
I will.
Okay. Thank you, Lindsay.
You're welcome.
Oh my goodness, Chris Morgan.
So, thank you, Chris Morgan. Holy moly. What? Okay, so when last we left our heroes, we were on our spaceship heading toward a magnetar, which is basically a super scary neutron star. And due to the excellent flying skills of Vincent and some help from his friends, we made it through alive and relatively unscathed. I think we were actually totally unscathed.
From that, yeah.
For better, yeah. And so we get to the space station thing at the heart of this thing, and we docked, and we were like, this is great. We go through, and it's like all empty and creepy, and gravity's all weird, and we were like, this is fine. And then we get to the center of it, probably, and there's this like glowing ball of death that is like pulling all of the gravity toward it. It's like that's where the gravity is pointing, is toward the ball, not toward like gravity. And we're all like, this is fine. And then we walked toward it, and the ball was like, come to me, my children. And then most of us were like, okay. And then some of us were like, stop. And so we saved everyone, sort of, except for my bird.
Yeah.
Paces, Pteranodon, got incinerated. By incinerated, I mean atomized, because that's what happens when you go toward this glowing ball of death. You get, like, atomized. Isn't that nice? And so Vincent, in his panic, was like, wild surge, and surrounded us with fire, because that's great. And then a devil, a giant 12-foot tall devil, came out of the glowing ball and was like, I'm gonna wreck it. And we were like, great. So that's where we're at right now.
To be fair, the wall of fire helped. It broke line of sight with the thing.
Yeah.
Yes, it did. So, yes, 3 of the party are currently bewitched by a spell. If you'll look at your tokens, you notice that you have fancy little things. The net thing is to indicate that you're grappled currently. The spiral thing is the kind of charm effect that's on you, that's pulling you towards that drop off. And then bolster and pace. I think you two have exhaustion from those fails. So that's what that sad is for
What
on
did
your
we fail
tokens.
to again?
That was in the airlock when
That's
it
right,
just
when we got irradiated.
yeah.
If I was a meaner person, I wouldn't say it, but I'm also exhausted.
Okay. Oh wait, was that yours? No, that's your exhaustion.
It's
Okay,
me.
sorry.
Yeah.
I thought I was
I
looking
have it
at.
marked on my sheet.
Yeah, it's on your token too. Because you're close to Bolster's token, I was just reading it as both of it.
I just want to be honest.
Thank you. Yeah. All right. Cool. So, if you don't know what that means, it's not attack rolls. It's just like you have disadvantage on ability checks. I think that's it. And I think that includes like skill checks and stuff. So. But all right. Well, anyway, so that's just a kind of a recap. So what we're going to do right off the top is we're going to roll for initiative. And I'm going to cue some music. And I'm also going to cue some fire because you are surrounded by a raging inferno.
Why isn't it rolling? Come on.
I
Make
don't
sure
know.
you click on your token.
Oh, that's what's going on. I was like, why? Why are you giving me trouble? Okay, token is clicked. Initiative is rolling slowly. 8.
Fantastic, boy. Bonk.
Oh, buddy. Oh, this is good.
Has everyone rolled? It looks like it.
That looks like it, yeah.
So just call off your rolls real quick.
11.
11. Okay.
And I just want to say that was with advantage.
Oh boy.
I rolled a 16 on my real dice.
I have a question. Is initiative an ability check?
That's a good
think
question.
so.
It's actually a very hotly debated topic.
Well,
I'm super-
because
If
Jack of all trades applies to it, so
Yeah.
in
If
that
so,
sense-
six was my first roll, so 11 is still, like, if I had disadvantage and it was a straight roll, 11 is still the result.
La 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 la. Okay. Well, we'll just go with what you have.
Great, I agree.
Yes. Perfect. So looks like Eleanor is actually first off the draw. I need to bring those drums up because I can't hear them.
Vincent got a 10 for initiative.
And I think we haven't heard from Rosh.
I got a 14.
Okay. All right. So I think first, right off the bat, as this creature kind of lumbers through the flames, licking off of its form, Eleanor, without even thinking, just quickly brings up her Gauss rifle and fires off 2 shots rapidly, back to back, rolling a 12 and a 15. Both of those slam into the hide of the creature, but don't seem to hit hard enough to phase it as it continues to lumber forward. So that's Eleanor. Actually, no, before her turn's over, she's going to quickly inject one of her mutagens as one of these syringes on her wrist guard just like goes injects straight into her, and you see her veins on her arms begin to swell and pump, and she is mutated now with celerity. Which is going to increase her dex by 2 points. and it's going to decrease her wisdom by 2 points. All right, so that's what she's going to do, and I'm going to. Okay, cool. That's going to bring us to Gwen. I double did it. Sorry, Gwen.
Emmy, I'm going to use my bonus action to do my Crimson Right on my sword. And I'm going to do Cold. Seems appropriate.
Yeah.
And then so I take good 3 damages. And then I'm going to use my action to attack him twice.
All right.
Gotta roll for things. That's a 27 to hit.
That will be a hit.
So 6. It's 21 damage. There's like 4 damage types in there.
Okay, yeah, 21. Awesome. Are they're all magical?
Yes, they're all magical.
All right.
And for my second attack, because I have extra attack, that's a 2. So
Yeah.
plus,
So you
like 8, not much.
All right. So you slash into it once across the. I think you kind of like go towards it and just do a raking attack across its thigh, and it splits through its thick hide. But your follow-up attack, as you're kind of moving away, it kind of slashes out with you with razor-sharp claws, and you move back and lose a little bit of the impact from your strike, which is going to bring us to Rashil.
All right. I guess I'm just going to try this to start. I want to try using my Kraken Cloak to blind it if it's close enough.
Okay. What's the range? 30?
30, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Then it has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. So it's going to roll. All right. It rolls a 22.
That succeeds, definitely.
So this ink splurches out of the Kraken Cloak. I guess like these like probably orifices just like around your temples or something like that. And it kind of like holds up in hand and splashes off and like scatters off behind it.
All right, that didn't work. And I'm going to use my bonus action to do a healing word at Gwen.
Okay. All right. No, real quick. So you're being grappled by Pace, right?
Yes.
Yes. Gwen, to go attack the creature, you've released your. I think you have to release your Schlorp on Bolster.
Okay.
Okay. So Bolster, you're no longer grappled.
That's okay.
So,
He has tiny legs. He can't get that far.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Just so you are still grappled, so you don't have to use your movement currently. Although you may roll a saving throw. I forget what was this. What was the stat? Was it charisma or was it wisdom?
Wisdom was what we were rolling with last time.
Okay, yeah, wisdom. Roll me a wisdom saving throw because you have lost sight of this thing that compels you.
Okay, not terrible. 16.
Now I got to remember what it was. I think it was.
I rolled above a 2 on the die.
Yeah, hold on.
It was 16, but that might just be wishful thinking.
That was a wisdom check. I think the saving throw was 17.
Damn.
Because bolster fit. No, that's Samathi's. No, it was 16 actually. Because I gotta look at my notes. I'm so sorry. Because I don't want to cheat you out of this.
I do get the healing off though, or is that going to be?
No. You can heal. You can heal.
Okay.
Sorry. We can also move on because you can't move towards it anyway, and I can figure that out. By this time.
It's 7 points of healing to you, Gwen, by the way.
Okay.
And Rosh, did you take 1d6 piercing damage from the vines restraining you?
Nobody told me to, so.
Well, you're okay. I just remembered that that's a thing that the ensnare does. So
Okay.
it's 1 damage. It's 1 piercing damage.
All right. just keep hurting your healer. That's fine.
Hey, you know what? I saved your life.
Wait, do I get another saving throw because I if I fail this one because I took damage from an ally? Or is that just?
Sure. Actually, I think the saving throw was 16.
I think it was. Okay.
Yeah. The reason that Samothy's wasn't affected by it anyway, but I think that was confusing me with my notes. Yeah. So you saved anyhow.
Okay.
So you this compulsion to move forward towards this tempest of has just dropped from you.
Okay. And the only other thing I'd like to do with my turn is turn to Pace and say, "Please get this off me." That's it.
Although I will say this, though this kind of magical compulsion it has been released from you, you still feel it around you in the area.
Mm-hmm.
You feel safe for now.
Yeah.
And that actually goes for those of you who saved the first time anyway. You still feel this thing looming. Okay, so that's going to bring us to the beast, who is going to open up. Yes, I did say the name of yes, Pace. So Terror is going to take a large step forward and open up its mouth as this white hot roaring energy begins to build up in its chest. It releases at the ground, and I need
magical effect. Well, hold on, I'm looking up the words for counterspell.
It would apply.
Okay.
Also, let me say one thing real quick before we get to that. Okay, well, I'll do that next round. Never mind. I should have done it earlier, but that's fine. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So counterspell says it's only if it's in the process of casting a spell.
Yeah, that'll apply.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do it at 3rd level. So
okay.
Putting that in the chat. So
all right.
it needs to, if it's casting a 4th level or higher, so if it's 3rd level or lower, whatever it is, it automatically fails. If it's 4th level or higher, then it makes then I make the ability check.
Okay. So it actually, so what happens is this magic begins to swell up within it, and it goes to breathe down onto the ground, and then seemingly this energy kind of lashes out from Vincent towards that focal point, and then just like this smoke kind of rises, like vapors where this energy was rising as this spell is snuffed out. And I think you feel a sense of approval from Whisper, Vincent. But that is its turn. So we're going to go to Pace.
I'm going to immediately stop concentrating on Ensnaring Strike.
Okay. So that's going to release the grapple effect.
And then in Infernal, I'm going to yell at the thing. This isn't very cool. I mean, it was in my head, but stop! You are patience! What are you doing? And then I'm going to shoot it. Maybe, yeah, I will. Just why not? I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on it.
Okay.
And then I'm going to shoot it.
Okay.
Maybe not. No. Nope. Not with a 13.
Correct. It does not hit. It just glances off the hide.
That's my turn.
Oh, okay. So you don't have double attacks?
Nope, that's my beast. My beast has my second attack.
Yep. I'll say for the sake, well, I don't know. I'll give you a second attack while Captain's down. We'll say that there's like a psychic drain on you for like constantly controlling Captain that gives you a little bit extra, like now that Captain's gone.
Thank you. That is much better. That is a lot. That's like, what is that, 30?
That'll hit, yes.
Okay, it's a 9 piercing damage, and it is magical.
Okay, well done.
And I would like to wound it.
Okay, do so.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna put a and with a no, that didn't work, but it's fine. So 1 wound it has on it.
Okay, I'll tell you when that matters.
Fantastic.
Okay, I'm done.
All right, well done, well done. We shall go to Vincent now.
Okay, I believe I was tripped up by Eleanor is how things ended last time.
Yep.
Oh boy. So this is a terrible idea because I'm not super great at this. But Vincent, having gotten that sort of sense from Whisper, is gonna go approach the big old monster thingy and try and stab it with the magic dagger.
Okay. Go for it.
Rolling an attack. 15 to hit.
Just like it just doesn't go in, unfortunately.
Okay. And I can't do anything with a bonus, so I guess all I have is the save for the effect now.
Yes. So give me a wisdom saving throw.
All right. Well, that is an 8.
So when you got up to attack, you broke the grapple, or
I think I just
or did you
tripped.
Say it again?
I think I had been tripped, knocked prone.
Oh, okay. So okay.
Grappled.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Cool. All right. So I'm gonna need you to walk into the fire. And because of the size of this thing, that's not gonna make you break attack, not break its attack of opportunity. You're not going to get one of those because you're still going to be within melee range of it. Mm-hmm. But if you could walk into the fire for me, please, buddy.
Okay, and that's going to be. I should just look up how much damage that is.
Was it 4d10, or was that, or is it more than that?
I don't know. Looking up wall of fire now.
It is 5d8.
Yep, although, can I make a dex save for it, or do I just take the full damage?
Sure. I don't know how, but
yeah, because I also don't
we'll
know
say
what DC would be, because it's
trying to walk through fire. I guess you could try to, I don't know.
Nope, that's a fail anyway.
Okay.
5d8 fire. 16. Okay, that was 3 1s, an 8, and a 5.
All right. Nice roll. Okay, yeah. So please take 16 fire damage. I'm going to say you're just on the other side of the wall, and you're about a move from the brink. Cool. So that's going to bring us to Bolster.
All right. Yeah. So I make a wisdom saving throw, right?
Yes, but at the end of your turn.
Oh, at the end. I thought because the firewall was there. Well,
I think I've been having everyone do it at the end of their turn, and then yeah.
Okay.
But you don't have to move. You can't move towards it anyway right now. Well, yeah, but we'll figure that out.
So I think Bolster, who was grappled by Gwen, is no longer grappled.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to stand up, and is the neutron star thing off the edge of a catwalk or something?
Hold on. Sorry, I just realized something. You were prone, so you actually don't have the movement to get out, Vincent. You only had 15 feet, so you couldn't get out of a 20-foot. So yeah, so you're at the edge of the fire. Don't take that damage.
Oh, nice.
I didn't consider that. So yeah, Bolster. Also, you can't get to the fire in time either because of you were prone.
Okay. So I think I'm going to walk all the way that I can towards the neutron star, and I'm going to probably say to Sam, basically, buddy, help. I don't know what I'm doing. Help. As I'm walking that way. And I'm going to... would I be able to make an attack of some kind during this? Or is that...
No, let's go for it.
All right. In that case, I will fire off the Hydra Cannon.
Oh, well done.
At that beast. So that's a 25 to hit.
All right, so that is 1 hit. Roll that 2 more times for me.
2 more times. So that's 15 to hit and 13 to hit.
All right, so you hit once for 6 lightning damage.
6 lightning damage. All right.
Magical lightning damage, so well done.
Very cool. And I'll probably use my bonus action to activate Intellect Fortress as a psionic focus.
Nice.
You forge an indomitable wall of psychic energy. You gain resistance to psychic damage.
Nice.
So that's a thing.
Very cool. All right, excellent. I think that's all you can do.
Yes, and then Sam's got to do his thing as well.
All right, so what's Sam going to do?
Sam is going to just swoop on over to where Bolster is, and would you allow for Sam to pick me up and put me inside of him? I don't know how necessarily this would work.
Here's what I would say, because this is getting kind of it's getting trickier to like determine like what you can and can't do. I'm gonna say, because that eliminates your movement. Here's a compromise. I'll say that Sam can come over and knock you down and prone you again.
Okay.
For free, which isn't, because it just gets really tricky when you're inside a vehicle, but you have to use your movement to move towards a thing. So just for simplicity, I'm going to say that it'll probably, and I'll say he can even, if you roll me a strength check, or maybe it's a dex check. Maybe it's a dex. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we'll say he knocks you over and tries to like pull you away, but he's having trouble getting towards you, like without getting too close to the monster.
That makes sense. Okay.
So this is going to slow down your. Although you can roll a save now. I believe this is the end of your turn.
Okay.
And Sam could. I'll say Sam could still have an action, because I'm going to say that was just his movement.
Okay. Yeah, that's wonderful. I'll go ahead and have Sam fire off his shot attack. That's 13 to hit, so that doesn't hit.
Correct. And you rolled a 5 for your wisdom saving throw?
Yes.
Okay, so you're still entranced.
All right.
I think that's all you can do for now, but you are once again prone in front of the fire. That's going to bring us to Eleanor, who is going to do as Gwen did. And what's the Crimson Light damage at this? Or Crimson Light die? I forgot.
At this level, D6.
D6, okay. So she's going to... Oh, nice. So she's going to take 1 point of damage to activate her Rite of the Storm. And then she's going to kind of scoot back on the outer edge of the fire and take 2 more shots with her Gauss rifle, now with the lightning damage. So 20 to hit, that's a hit. And a 14 to hit, that's a miss. So she deals 13 piercing damage plus 3 lightning damage. And because that's not magical for piercing, so there's going to be a bit of reduction. Okay, cool. So that's going to bring us to Gwendolyn.
Okay, I would like to figure out why my computer screen is flashing, but I'll do that later. I would like to use my bonus action to do my Blood Curse of Mutual Suffering.
All right.
Which is fun.
It's good. It's a good move.
Yeah, so I don't know if it has resistance, but I'll go ahead and amplify it. So I'll take a little bit more damage. That's a 1. Go me. And so the next time it damages me, it deals necrotic damage equal to the damage I suffer and ignores necrotic resistance, just in case. But then I use a bonus action to attack it twice.
A bonus action to attack twice?
My action.
An action.
My bonus
yes.
action was the curse. I was still reading the words. So that's a 17 to hit.
17 does not hit.
Darn it. It's okay, I get another one. That's even worse. 16.
Unfortunately, that is a miss.
Okay.
So you take more slashes, and what it's done, it is grabbed onto the railing that's like on fire, and it rips it out of the walkway, and has this like large spiky rail thing, and it swings it and deflects your blows with this loud pang sound that like kind of reverberates in the open sphere of death hall. So that's going to bring us to Rashul.
All right. I'm going to just get perspective. So we've got the big demon with Vincent and Gwen right next to it, correct? And everybody else is sort of a little bit away. Okay. I am going to cast a Guardian of Faith right smack dab in the middle of all of that.
Okay. All right.
And I will click that. So it has to, it's entering in the first time on its turn, and so it has to make a dexterity saving throw or take some damage.
Okay. All right. So when he starts a turn, dex save. Okay, cool. So I'm going to just put this tint on your thing and just put it right there, so I can keep track of that. All right. So that's your action. Do you have any bonus actions?
That is my action. I don't have. Just checking. No, I don't have anything to do as a bonus action right now. I am just going to hang. I'm just going to hang back a bit.
Okay. So that's going to take us to Terror, who must do a dex save right now.
Yes.
For being in the area. All right. So dex save. Rolls a 24.
Okay, so he takes 10 points of radiant damage.
All right. What does the Guardian of Faith look like?
I think it's sort of an amorphous, just glowing figure that seems to be wielding a sword or some sort of weapon. But again, it's sort of ambiguous in its form.
Cool. So this kind of radiant energy slashes across Terror. Terror kind of like roars back against it with its wings on its back flaring out dramatically.
They also take a d4 of necrotic damage from their wound.
Okay.
Which is 2. And they may make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. All right. Constitution saving throw. It rolls a natural 1.
They are still... wounded.
Is this a magical effect?
I don't know. It's from my bow.
All right, so it's going to be magical effect. So it's going to roll that again. And it rolls a 25 this time.
It is no longer wounded.
Okay. Cool. So, rock and roll. So now it's going to actually do something. Let's see. It's got Eleanor, or not Eleanor. It's got Gwen. So, I think because Gwen's done the most, and I know what Blood Curse does, and I hate that this is going to happen, but it's going to go for you, Gwen.
Hit me.
Rolls a 29. All right. So you're going to take 20 points of piercing damage as it bites into you with massive fangs. I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 13.
Okay. That is not going to meet. So I need... Okay, actually, all right. You are poisoned. Okay, which doesn't have an immediate effect on you right now, I don't think, because you already have a point of exhaustion. But I have to recheck the poison rules. But there's an additional thing that will happen, just not now. Can someone look that up? What does
Right.
poison do versus?
I think
Yes.
it's attacks.
Okay, so it's your. Oh, that's right. Yep. Cool.
Yep, attack rolls and ability checks.
Okay.
So it takes 20 points of necrotic damage, though, because it hit me.
Yes, it does.
Haha!
Which is a chunky muffin, is what that is. What is it? What does blood curse look like when we described? I think it bite. Oh, this is what I think. It bites into you, and then just like as it's poisoning you, it poisons itself at the same time. This necrotic energy that like kind of blasts out of your like shoulder neck area as it kind of bites into you. And like I think Friend tries to like cover up that area, but just like pierce right through Friend and kind of like yeah, very cool. So that's its first thing, and what it's going to do next is it's going to claw at Vincent.
I'm going to give it disadvantage on its attack roll using my improved warding flare.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to roll this at disadvantage. At disadvantage, it's a 23.
That's right.
So if you could take 11 points of slashing damage for me.
Yep.
Oh, wait, you're on the other side of the fire right now, aren't you?
No, we said because.
No, yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah, I'm back. I'm cool. I got it. All right, it's slashing for 11 points. Then what it's going to do is it's going to smack Vincent with... No, it's going to smack Gwen with the bludgeon that it has. So rolling attack does an 18 hit.
It does not.
Okay.
It does not hit me.
Fantastic. And I already rolled that at disadvantage. The first was you were going to put it at disadvantage?
I was going to bend luck.
Okay. Because the first roll was a 12, and then it went to an 8. So it would have been a 22. No, forget it. It's an 18. All right, cool. And then lastly, it's going to go at Bolster with its tail, who is prone currently. So this is going to be at advantage.
Yes.
Does a 24 hit? Okay, I'm sure that hits. So that's going to be...
as a reaction, I'm going to use Psychic Backlash. You can impose disadvantage on an attack roll against you if you can see the attacker. If the attack still hits, the attacker takes 2d10 psychic damage.
Okay, well, the attack's still going to hit because its second roll was an 11, which with its mods would make it a 21.
Cool. I'll just quickly roll 2d10.
2d10. Oh, man. That's everything bites back.
It's
all right.
Good.
So 11 points of psychic damage. Dang,
that,
okay.
That heals me a little bit, which is nice.
What?
I need that right now.
Get him, Bolster.
It does? Nice.
With Mystical Recovery. Okay, good. I get 2 hit points.
Nice.
Yay.
Well, that's going to help. Because after taking 28 points, like, what does that? Where did that leave you?
Very close to death.
Okay. All right. So that's its turn. I'm going to go to Pace now.
Yes, hello, it's me. I'm going to try to shoot it. That is 16.
No.
Well, that's less than that.
No. Okay, that's gonna we're gonna bring us to Vincent.
Okay, few things I want to try to do this turn. I'm gonna start things off with using my action to cast Banishment on it.
Okay.
And I'm going to do it with a heightened spell, so spend some sorcery points, so it has to make the save at disadvantage.
Which it will just roll it normally because of its own innate thing.
Yep.
All right, so it's a charisma saving throw.
Yep, has to beat 16.
Oh, dang, okay. It rolls a 14.
Okay, so you see Vincent kind of just point out towards the thing and say, go back to wherever the hell you came from. And it just kind of, 1 second it's just there, 1 second just poof.
Whichever the hell, but yes.
But so, so for audience knowledge, I have to maintain concentration for up to a minute. If it's native to this plane of existence, which I don't know how that's going to work out with it being originally a tiefling or whatever, it just goes to a harmless demi-plane, and once the spell ends, it'll come back here. But if it's not native, and I manage to maintain concentration for the whole minute, then it just is stuck on that other plane.
Cool. Let's see if you can hold on to concentration as you walk through the fire.
Well, what I want to try to do after that action is fire my jump jet and try and angle myself and just use its full speed as far away from the thing as possible.
I think this is so.
I know that mechanically it only gives me a flying speed.
Yeah, I think because it's still your movement, you are compelled to use your movement to get closer to this thing.
Yeah.
And also that's like why Bolster had to do his thing with Sam because of that feature.
Yep.
So I like it, but I can't.
Yeah. Do I have anything I can try to do? I don't think so. So he's gonna be gone for like a turn, guys.
Okay. So yeah, if you could, you weren't prone, I don't think, right?
Not that time, no.
Okay. So yeah, walk through the fire.
Okay. So
and
now
I'll let you. I'll let you do. Yeah.
That's a lot higher this time.
Oof.
That's 33 points of fire damage.
Well,
and I
But you can roll your save.
Yeah, for Dex or
The
next one or the concentration check.
Well, yeah, we'll let you do the Dex save again, and also the Wisdom, and also the concentration check.
Okay,
so
Dex is no.
Okay, so yeah, so you take the full 33 points of fire damage. Roll me a Wisdom saving throw, and then you can roll your Constitution for concentration check.
Okay, Wisdom is 20.
All right, you've broken the effect of this thing. Once again, you feel free temporarily.
Yep. And now Constitution. I'm trying to think if there's even anything I can try to do. Well, we'll see what I get. Let's see. I am going to do Tides of Chaos to try and give myself advantage on that. See if I can somehow get a nat 20. Nope, that's worse. 17. So it's gonna be. I need to be. Wait. It's half the damage, which.
So we'll do 16 because I'd usually round down or up in favor of players.
Okay.
Just whichever.
So yeah. So I didn't need to Tides of Chaos, but I was forgetful because I'm on fire and nearly dead. So it is still banished. I am very, very hurt.
Okay. All right. So I think then we'll step out of initiative for a little bit. What do you all do then? I
have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Does it count as a humanoid?
No.
Didn't think so.
Negative.
That's it. That was my question.
Okay.
Also, I did my math wrong, and both of those attacks would have hit last turn, but that's all. I just wanted to know that I'm sad.
So sad. So sad. So sad. Okay. All right. Yes, Bolster.
Can Bolster make a Wisdom saving throw because he was hit by the tail?
Yes, you may. Oh, you're still compelled, aren't you?
Yes, I am. Yeah, so that's
Okay.
just a 10, so that's not going to do anything. So I guess Bolster is going to be like probably pinging everyone telepathically, going help, 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 and walking into the fire.
All right. Because, well, since you're next on the initiative order, I'll say Gwendolyn, I'll give you a chance to stop him, but I'm going to say to do so, you got to knock him unconscious.
Little Bolster?
Well, no, actually, no, there's no enemies here. I think if there was an enemy still on the board, I probably would force that, but no, that's fine. You can just like snatch him up.
I scoop him up.
Yeah.
Bolster struggles.
Like a cat getting into the cream. No.
Okay. All right. So, what's next?
I would tell.
Oh, Gwen, sorry, you raised your hand earlier.
I had him muted. I had a follow-up question to Lindsay's question. Do I know if this is a fiend?
I think you would. Yep.
Okay. Can I do a roll? I get advantage on intelligence checks to know things or recall information about fiends. Can I just see if I remember any like really great weaknesses, or like maybe they're really afraid of spiders, or
sure,
like something?
Go ahead. Roll me a Arcana.
Oh man. Oh, that's good. That's good.
With advantage, though, right? That's what you just said.
I did, but I already forgot. That's the same number. 21.
21. Okay, so you want to know if it has indie weaknesses.
Yes.
The spell banishment.
Well.
Apparently. No, I'll say like it doesn't have any weaknesses. I think it is immune. I mean, obviously, it's immune to fire. You also know that it's immune to poison. It is immune to weapons of a non-magical nature. Said non-magical. And silvered weapons would work, though. Okay. So you know these things, and I think it reminds you of these certain kinds of devils that you've heard of before, but this seems a little bit different in description, like a kind of morphed, distorted version of one.
Okay. I will very quickly share this information, just in case anyone had like a big old poison bomb they were going to drop on it or something. Don't do that.
Is there any way that we can leave this place? Take the fight to not this room.
We can run.
How do we get out of this ball of fire? What is going on?
I have a question for the DM.
Yeah.
Where it was standing, where the walkway is suspended above this thing. It's like the gravitational force is warping around the star at the center, the sword at the center. Okay. What we're walking on, the panel, like are they panels? Are they separated? Or is it like a solid walkway?
It's a kind of, it's a solid walkway, but it's, as you had just seen, it is somewhat destructible if you have enough strength for it. Okay. There's not like any obvious like panel. It's not as like, it's more in one piece than the walkways were at Yuval Station, where you had to run in with the swamp things. If you recall, the catwalks there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Okay.
So yes, you may try.
If we stay here, this thing is going. That star is going to drag us towards it again. We need to get out of this room.
Yes.
But if we can, is this thing coming back right where it left?
If it comes back at all.
All right.
Let's run.
I say we fire things at that spot while we run, and maybe it'll just fall straight through and be disintegrated.
Works for me.
That's what I'd do as I'm struggling to get out of Gwen's arms.
You hold on to him. Let's go back where we entered this room from.
Eleanor, do you need a hand?
No, just how do we get out of this fire?
I'm going to jump it. Do you need a hand?
Oh, okay, yep.
I'm going to grab Eleanor and just hop.
All right. I think, so what's your current hop speed or hop dist?
I can high jump 21 3/4 feet.
Okay, I think that with the added weight, because you're not really strong, I think with the added weight of Eleanor, it would probably drop it a few feet. But what I will let you do is get advantage on your saving throw.
Can I just like keep her out of it? Like if I'm gonna like crest through it, can I like?
Sure.
Woo!
Sure. Then it'll be a straight dex save for you. But yeah, you can save her from damage.
Okay. Well, that is 22 for my save.
Oh, excellent. So roll 5d8. Just take half of that of fire damage.
Oh, I will.
But you managed to keep Eleanor safe. Okay, so Vincent
So half
is...
of 21 and then half again because I'm a tieflin.
All right, so 5.
Yeah.
All right, so Pace and Eleanor on the outside of the Ring of Fire. Vincent is on the other side of the Ring of Fire, closer to where the Nexus is.
Yep. First, I'm going to bonus action use a healing potion on myself.
Okay.
So that's, and I think it's just the standard one. So that's 2d4 plus 4, I think.
For the common?
Plus 2.
Yeah, 2.
Okay. Oh, and
Nice roll.
yep. So that's a 10. That was 2 4s. So that's max heals for that. Then I am going to, using my movement, jump jet over the firewall, so I take no risk of damage.
Fantastic.
And then for my action as I'm leaving, I am going to cast Chaos Bolt at the walkway point.
Okay. All right. We'll say that you hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah, because this is the thing with semi-exploding dice. That, ooh, okay. Okay, so, okay, based on the d8s, I'm going to decide that that is force damage, for a total of 18 force damage.
Okay. Wow. Nice. All right. So it takes 18 force. As it slams into like kind of and it like dents into the catwalk. And it's like you see underneath it, there's all these like electronic wirings that sparks kind of fly up like as they like from the electrical conduits that are running there. All right, so that's going to. All right, so we got Bolster, we got Eleanor, we haven't done Gwendolyn.
Just one last thing.
Yep.
I got healing from the chat, so that's just I forget how much is that.
1d10.
1d10. Okay.
I think Bolster got one too.
Oh, I did too.
I got 8 points of healing. Thank you, Joseph.
And I got, oh, buddy, I got 1 point of healing. But honestly, that's a decent amount compared to what I currently have. So that's
the
good.
difference between alive and dead. Tell you what.
It almost doubled his health.
That's incredible. Well done, Gwendolyn. Since you're next in the initiative, what do you do to get out of fire?
Gwen, just jump. Just do it. I got you.
Wait, how does Bolster got you? What you're being? All right, never mind. You do that's fine. Bolster can say whatever.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Okay, I jump really high.
Okay, awesome.
And I think Bolster, as she jumps,
Triple.
Bolster just takes his paw and I guess presses it into her arm, and these kind of blue cascades of light travel all the way down her body to her legs, and then just like she rockets off the ground with extra strength.
So my high jump, because I get an extra 3 feet to my high jump, so it's 7 feet regularly.
All right, so 7.
Wait, what's your strength mod?
Plus 4.
So it's 7, so it would be 10.
Yes.
So now you can jump 30 feet.
I don't know how to do math. It's
Okay,
yes.
so you have 30
It's
feet
10
of up.
regular.
You have 30 feet of ups with Bolster weighing you down just a little bit. I'd say maybe 25 feet, which is going to clear it. So you're perfect. Rachel, lonely Rachel in the Ring of Fire.
Now the only one in the Ring of Fire. Okay, well, I'm going to, before I walk it through it, I'm going to do a 3rd level Scorching Ray and shoot all 4 bolts at the... I'm trying to aim for any sort of hinge or any sort of weak, like a junction point might be on this panel that might weaken it more specifically.
From the top, you don't really see any.
Okay.
This is the structure of this is like holds its shape with like the kind of solidified force of a magnetar, like having like gravitational pull on it from underneath. So it's really structurally sound. That said, like if you could get some damage started, you know, like it could very quickly domino, but there doesn't seem to be any structural problems with it at the moment.
Okay, then I'm just going to do that then and just shoot off the 4 rays. Or is it roll to hit or just roll damage?
Just roll damage. Okay. It's a floor. I think you got it.
All right, so it's gonna be 86 total. So 24 points of fire damage to it.
Nice. All right, so I think some of the bulkhead begins to kind of melt into the circuitry a bit as like this like intense heat burns across it. Fantastic. Yep.
Sorry to interrupt. I realized I didn't do anything for Sam, who's still in there.
Oh yeah.
So I would probably tell Sam to help Rosh get out, if possible.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Perfect. So forget. Well, yeah. I think Sam can carry like 500 pounds. So I think Rosh is under that. So Sam.
He's very light.
Oh my gosh.
Timothy suddenly malfunctions.
All right, so Samathes picks up Roshel and carries them out of the ring of fire and onto the other side after you get the bolts off. So about 12 seconds have passed. What do you all want to do now?
Keep fleeing out of the room.
I'm sprinting with Eleanor. I'm assuming I'm faster than she is, so I'm just not letting go and running with her.
Okay. All right. So dash. Everyone's dashing. Is anyone going to continue to try to destroy the walkway, or are you going to just book it?
It's obscured by the wall of fire now, so I think a lot of things require a line of sight. Otherwise, just flinging firebolt cantrips back.
Yeah, you do have the jetpack, so you could get some more elevation.
There is that.
Although you have like 2 more rounds of fuel, I think. Was it 3 rounds?
30 seconds.
30 seconds. Okay, never mind.
So a little bit more.
5 rounds, yeah.
Yeah, I think I will take... oh, no, I don't have to see it. It's just within range. So I'll take 1 turn of, being way up high, being able to see it, going at a diagonal.
Okay.
So that I can see it, and then after that, I will just make presumably disadvantage attacks through the wall of fire.
Yeah, go ahead and give me give me attack roll. We'll say the DC or AC is low, 10 for hitting the floor.
Yeah, so 18
so you hit
for 12 fire damage.
All right. Excellent. And what else?
That's it for Vincent. He's just using his speed to fly back towards the way we came into the chamber.
Okay. All right. So if is anyone going to do anything else other than just like continuing to move away? Because I think you're all going to be out of range to put more hurt on the walkway for the time being. Okay. Yeah. All right. So and as you're kind of like walking away, I think the last one on the room, based on speed and when they moved, I think is Rosh. You begin to see the ring of fire that's kind of like burning across the walkway begin to kind of like chew through this catwalk, and kind of like this section that's been cordoned off by this burning fire just kind of like kind of burns and crumbles a little bit, and then you just notice like a slight little shift, and then the gravity of the sphere beneath it just like rips the whole thing down, the whole arm of the walkway down, and it falls in and begins to become deatomized as it falls towards the center of it. And the ring of fire begins to like dissipate as it's kind of falling down to this magical energy being pulled into the core.
Now, science question: does my guardian of faith just hover there, unaffected by gravity?
I think so. I feel like it's not a. I feel like it doesn't have. Yeah, it's just like, well,
It's
no. I think I think slowly it begins to kind of like drip, like the kind of the wispy, smoky look of it. It's kind of like slowly getting pulled down towards the sphere, just like particles of it at a time, and it just kind of like standing sentinel, like heroically, as it just kind of gets pulled slowly down into into a point of light, and it gets sucked into oblivion as well.
That's sad, but okay.
oh, buddy.
And as like the physical matter and the light and the magic gets pulled into the core, it begins to flash again as like this red lightning begins to course over the surface of it and kind of cascade up the walls of this massive domed structure.
Does it look like it's gonna begin ripping the structure apart? Like it's exploding?
I think not quite yet. The structure is definitely shaking a lot, like it did the first time, and also it's been about 24, 30 seconds or so.
Gonna ask the rest of the group, do we want this thing to come back and fall in, or do we want to hope it stays on whatever plane it came from? Or we can
This
just wait
looks
another
really
30 seconds and see. Wait another 30 seconds or so and see.
Oh, I forgot something. Dadgummit. It doesn't matter too much, but so I'm just gonna. This should have happened on every single turn. I'm just gonna have it happen once because I darn forgot. But Gwen, could you roll me 4d6?
Well, Gwen.
15?
All right. If you could take 15 points of poison damage.
Ow!
Oh.
That hurt so much.
Oh no.
Okay. Yeah. So I think you would be dead if like we started at just at this 6 rounds in, rolling that every time. So we'll just say it was one round that loses its potency once the thing gets banished. Science.
So to ask this question, and Pace I'm assuming we're all still running for the door.
Yep.
I believe so, right?
Right. And Pace kind of slows down a little bit, like just gets really hesitant and not sure how to answer that question.
How much did Pace actually convey to us that this is her?
Nope, she just yelled at him in Infernal.
Yeah, okay.
So what was that thing?
It looked like a devil, but it was one of my people.
It's a fiend. It's a devil.
It used to be one of my people. It used to be named Patience.
So we can leave it or we can kill it.
Vincent, 18 seconds.
The spell, I'm inclined to just let it sit there, and if it's native to this plane, it'll pop back, fall into the death ball thing. Otherwise, it's just
10
gonna stay
seconds.
Yeah, I guess.
5.
We're leaving. I'm not letting this thing kill us. I
3.
take bolster and I grab whoever I can and I start running.
We're still
1.
moving, but I'm maintaining concentration until
Okay.
the end, and we'll see if it pops back in.
Okay, now I gotta reread the rules, see if it does.
If it's native to this plane of existence, it returns in the space it left or the nearest unoccupied space if that space is occupied. If it's native to a different plane of existence, target is banished, returning to its home plane. Spell ends so yeah, if it ends early, it comes back. Otherwise, the target doesn't return.
So I need to think for a bit, because this is complicated.
Yep, I bet you do. I just need to stress that Pace is like really distraught.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. It returns, but because of its nature, this process of coming back seems like it's howling in pain, as it seems to be like it's being torn apart. as it kind of returns into existence, it like you see kind of just parts of it, like its bones again kind of dislocate and kind of get stretched up. Its wings are kind of like flapping, trying as it kind of pops in with no flooring. It's like pushing up against this gravitational pull. Its wings kind of like crumpling as like this red begins to pull out of it. This red energy leaking out of these holes that are ripping across it. And what I'm going to do. It's going to take a lot of damage, but it's going to act. So let me think of. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to roll half of its hit die. That makes sense to me. So someone roll this for me. Someone roll me 12d10.
Wow.
Is that you doing it, Sean? No. Okay. I
no.
got
Sorry, I was
a
being dramatic.
12d10. It's loading 72.
Oh, yep. So, jeez, yeah, that did a lot to it. And it's bleeding this kind of like black red like ichor that's kind of pouring into. It's going to try to fly to you all though now.
How far away did we get? How many turns were we running?
I think you got well, that was unclear.
We had at least 3.
I'll say that you're 100 feet away. What's its speed? It has a 60-foot fly speed. So actually I can catch up if it dashes. I did not mean for that to happen. Okay, so what it's going to do, it's going to fly. Actually, it's not going to dash. It's going to cast a spell.
I will attempt to counterspell again.
Okay. It casts on you, Vincent. So go ahead, roll counterspell.
Okay, so if it's 3rd level or lower, it's just gone. But if it's higher, then I make the spell check.
Okay, roll me that spell check, please.
Okay, so it's just going to be ability check using my ability. I don't think I get proficiency. Make an ability check using your spell casting ability.
Are you exhausted as well?
I am not.
Okay, just
I
check.
made that save.
Cool. Yeah, yep.
That is a non-natural 20.
Well done. Good job. Once again, it kind of, as it's like flying, or like it's all these cracks and tears across its body as it's like flying with it, howling in rage and pain. It kind of lashes out with the spell, and once again, instinctively, Vincent reacts and keeps his spell from being cast as it fizzles out in the air.
Should have just stayed gone, gods damn it!
All right, so that we're gonna come back. We'll say Pace goes next because we'll return to initiative order after Tara goes. And let's just get a quick. I imagine you all are kind of like huddled together for the most part. So like as far as marching order, we don't need to worry about it too nitty gritty. But like, is anyone like doing their own thing?
I mean, I'm still flying with however much time I have left. I think a couple rounds at this point, maybe one more round.
If you've been flying that whole time, then it is gone because it only has five rounds.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we'll say that's burned out for now. Yes, Quentin.
I would give Bolster, who I still have, to Rush,
Okay.
so I can put myself in between everyone else and the thing.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Would Bolster have gotten another save by now?
I need to look, actually. I think maybe if you fall outside of a certain range, you might be able to roll again.
It's
Just
dangerous
lasts
to go
forever.
alone. Take this.
Yes, so because
Take a squirming mouse folk.
because Bolster ended its turn outside of 60 feet of the target, you can do a save.
Okay. I make a save.
But you are still affected. You still want that thing.
I really want to jump into the black hole of death.
I'll let you roll with advantage because there was a few turns that you were outside. So just roll one more time. And then
Una más, 17.
Okay, yeah, you did break. All right, yeah. So once you get away from the thing, you're like, I don't know why I wanted to walk towards it in the first place.
I still hand him to Rosh though.
Okay.
Oh, hi, Rosh. Okay, I think I'm good now. I think I don't think I'm gonna run out of the room or anything anymore. I'm okay.
I just put him on Samathes, who I assume has let go of me at this point.
Yeah, I think so.
Clunk.
Samathes has been holding your hand this entire time, just providing support.
Okay. Can I go now?
All right, so Pace.
Okay, so question. Do I still have concentration up on Hunter's Mark, even though it left this plane of existence?
How long does it last?
It lasts an hour.
Do you have to have sight of the thing?
It says you choose a creature you can see within range to cast it and mystically mark it as your quarry. And then I can concentrate on it for an hour or something.
Oh, for an hour? Yeah, totally.
Okay, great. I'm going to try and shoot it.
Okay.
That is 23.
That's going to hit. That's
Great.
Flying at you.
And that's 13 piercing damage, which is magical.
Okay.
And I'm going to try and shoot it again. Oh, I'm sorry. +2 for Hunter's Mark.
Nice.
And that is 19 to hit.
Hits.
And, oh my gosh. 7 total damage.
Okay. Wounds?
Yeah, it has 2 total wounds, but they don't come into play until its turn.
But is that if I save or not save?
It takes the damage either way, and then it can save.
Gotcha. Right on. All right, so bring us to Vincent.
Okay. As we are, getting away, I think I'm just going to do Magic Missile at 2nd level.
Okay.
Okay, I don't need to roll for this roll 20, but 2nd level. Okay, that is 5 force damage, unless do I roll for each one? Because
we'll just it's
okay,
faster. So 20.
20 force damage.
Nice.
And then movement. I'm just gonna keep getting away out of the room.
All right, run. So brings us to Bolster.
All right, Bolster is going to go. All right, Sam, it's been long enough. It's time to believe. And Sam transforms. Its jets fold away. I know, right? Its jets fold away. Legs fold out from underneath his body, and down his right arm, sparking to life, is a bright blade of energy that appears. And Bolster is going to charge towards the grandmother with Sam, and we're going to attack it.
Okay, so you're still in Sam as Sam has taken this mech form, bipedal. Okay, so there's a lot of open air between you and it. There's like some walkways around that I'm gonna because I want to keep this scene going. We'll say that maybe you can do like a kick jump and like kind of like get onto this. If you want to like try to like monkey bar over there or something like that, and try to catch in the air, or you can like just hold your action when it gets close, and then we can like do something.
Man, somehow I misunderstood where she was, and I thought she was now over catwalk. So now I kind of feel like an idiot, but it's okay. I think I will kind of charge to the end of the catwalk and like stand there readying an action.
Okay, just like sparking arc blades, crackling energy on the ends of your appendages, like just like pull some kind of pose.
Yeah.
All right.
And then I think Bolster will just go ahead and shoot her with a Hydra cannon again.
Okay.
So
think she'll be a little out of your range for that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, it's really far. Never mind. Then I will hold the action of Hydra cannoning as well.
Okay. Fantastic. All right, so we're just going to bring us to Eleanor, who is going to be like,
I put her down. To be fair.
Yeah, of course. So she's gonna once again be somewhat upset about this situation and take 2 shots once again because. So she rolls a 25, and I clicked it, and a 28. So she does 7 points of lightning damage and deals 21. No, yeah,
24.
24 points of piercing.
Yep, 9 plus 13.
Yeah,
22.
22.
Yeah, 22. Yeah, so it's 22, which is going to be halved. All right, cool. So that's going to bring us to Gwen.
Great. I'm gonna turn around and look at Eleanor and say, "This is what we're built for." And I'm gonna look at my friends and say, "Run!" And then I'm gonna turn around and face the big meanie. And I'm gonna use my action to do my hybrid transformation and turn into a big ol' wolf. And then I can't attack, but I'm gonna use my bonus action to put my cold right on my claws and just run at it.
Okay. All right. So we'll once it gets to the catwalk, we'll say you're kind of meet it clashing. You and Bolster kind of creating this wall of just spinny, clawy, bladey death. So that'll bring us to Rachel.
I ignore what Gwen said, and I do a bonus action. God, man, Harry's taking so much fucking damage. I use a bonus action to do a cure wounds. God damn it, all of you people taking damage and shit. Okay, no, I'm gonna do something different instead. Bolster is. Can I get within 30 feet of Bolster? Where he's at?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna get within 30 feet of Bolster, and I am going to use life transference.
Okay, boy.
So I take 48 necrotic damage.
Does this mean we're family now?
Goddammit.
Yeah.
If I don't die, 9 plus 8 is 15. So I take 15 points necrotic damage, and Bolster take just half. No, it's not half. Bolster takes. Goddamn, where's this?
salty play.
Hard time over here. He takes twice that. Yeah, he takes twice that in healing, so you get 30 hit points.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing! What a heckin' spell!
Yeah.
That's pretty much brings me to full, real close to full.
Yeah.
Bolster runs in like an amateur, and all of a sudden, it feels great.
And that's a spell, so I can do spells as a bonus action. So that is all I've got.
All right.
Oh my goodness.
So first wound damage on Terra, right? So as it becomes the monster's turn, I'm gonna roll a Constitution saving throw with advantage because it's a magical effect. So it's 18.
Oh wait, did you already take the damage from the wounds?
I don't know. If you didn't tell me, then I did not.
It is a total of 6 necrotic.
Okay.
But then the wounds are healed, or they're just not affecting him anymore.
Okay. All right. So, gosh, counterspell's really taking a poop on my sandwich. So, what I'm gonna do? Nah, I'm gonna try it.
It's job.
I know it's your job. I just don't want to waste my entire action trying to do that.
Well, is it smart enough to figure out that that's going on?
That when it tries to cast magic, it doesn't work. Yeah, I think it's catching on to that. I don't think it knows if you're responsible or not. But so it's going to fly over and kind of 3-point landing, slam in, just crash into all of you. So to start off, so I'm going to let Bolster, you had some held actions. Go ahead and
okay.
get
So
those
that's
off.
3 Hydra Cannon shots as she's closing.
Okay, just read off the numbers.
So it's just rolling, maybe. Will it roll? Okay, there's 3. So 28 to hit on the first shot, 18 to hit on the second, and 31 to hit on the third.
Jeez.
Wow.
Well, that shouldn't be possible. It should be dropping those by +3 because it doesn't actually use your dex.
That must be why. Okay.
But that only if that will affect the first and the third would still hit though.
Okay.
So
but yeah. So that would be 7 plus 9 lightning damage.
Also, on the damage, it doesn't add the dex mod either.
What
I think it's adding your proficiency. That's what it's doing on the attack. And then on the hit, it's adding your dex. So, so we'll do 3 and we'll do 5 for damage. So 8 damage of lightning damage. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's it doesn't have resistance to it, so it's good.
That is good.
Cool. And yeah, so that's all you can do there, or that's all you had held. So what we're going to do is it's going to once again, it's going to monster v monster and bite at Gwen. So it roll. Am I still a clicked advantage? No, I'm not. So it bites with an 18.
That's a miss.
Okay. Okay. All right, then it's going to claw at Samathes. 26 for 17 points of slashing damage.
Bolster is going to use his mounted combatant feat to transfer that damage to himself.
Okay.
So if your mount is subjected to an effect,
sure. Is that your reaction?
Yeah, that's a reaction.
So I think technically, well, and correct me if I'm wrong, DMs, like to hold a action, do you burn a reaction?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you do?
Okay.
I didn't know that. Okay, that's my bad. In that case, Sam takes the damage.
Okay. Then it no longer actually, yeah, no, it's holding like the railing in its hands, and it's going to kind of sweep out and try to smack Bolster off the top of Samathes.
All right.
So that's a 16 to hit. Does that hit?
Forgive me, I'm trying to get this thing to load, and it's just not.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I can look at your sheet. I have it there. So it meets. So that does hit.
I'm going to bend luck. Spend 2 sorcery points. Use my reaction.
All right,
and
misses.
roll a -1d4 on it.
It misses because his AC is 16.
And by the way, Sam just barely got over the edge, so he's down right now.
Okay. Wait, he is down?
He is down.
All right, so then I think what it's gonna do is gonna. All right, so with its tail, it's going to just like try to smash down Gwen.
I'm going to give it disadvantage on this one.
Well, it's already really bad.
Oh, okay.
But yes, it misses. Gosh. All right, cool. That's its turn. Pace.
I'm going to shoot it twice.
Okay.
So wait, so are we all still clumped up, or like, and it's like right next to us, but Gwen and Bolster are holding it off, kind of thing?
Yes, but that line is quickly crumbling. At least on the Bolster flank.
On the Bolster front, yeah.
I'm gonna run backwards and shoot it twice.
Okay.
Because I'm an archer and I don't want to get smished. That is 25 to hit.
It does hit.
7 damage.
All right.
Which is magical.
Yes.
And then 19 to hit.
Okay, that does hit.
6 damage magical.
Well done.
Thank you.
All right. It's by the way, it's hurting really badly, very badly, you all. As it's kind of like it's just blood dripping out of its like heaving mouth as it breathing this hot breath. The air kind of stinks of like sulfur and like just also like the crackle of magic is kind of everywhere. So that's going to bring us to Vincent.
Okay. Let's see. Action. I'm gonna Chaos Bolt the big beastie again.
Okay.
Or I guess not again because it was the walkway before. That is a 19 to hit.
That is a hit.
Ooh, okay, so that is going to be... I'm not going to choose fire damage. It is going to take 12 thunder damage.
Okay. And as this slams next to you, Gwen, friend once again gets nervous as this loud concussive boom slams right next to it. Awesome.
And that's my turn.
All right.
Movement to back up.
Okay. All right. Bolster.
Back to Bolster. Okay, so Bolster is inside of Sam, who I guess just fell over. So Bolster is immediately going to scramble up, and he opens up a small satchel, and a bunch of very small flying spheres fly out and begin making interesting, sparkly animations all around Samathes, bringing him back up to speed.
Okay.
And Sam is going to get 8 hit points back. Bolster is going to go ahead and... Man, I haven't fixed Hydra Cannon, so I'm going to actually say he just fires off his hand crossbow at the... No, wait, I forgot. I'm a psionic. I can do things. He's going to do a mind thrust or psychic hammer. Forgive me. At the dude.
I straight up hate that name, mind thrust.
I know, it's the worst. That's the other ability. So he does psychic hammer at the.
All right, so it's a strength saving throw.
Grandma, correct.
All right, so we'll roll this. It rolls. That's with advantage because it's not technically magic. I'll let it slide this time. We'll see. All right, so it rolls a 12. So it takes 5 force damage.
Yes, just 5 force damage. And then Sam is going to... Is there enough room for Sam to charge at this creature? 15 feet of straight forward?
Not without incurring an attack of opportunity. Because you're all right up next to it.
Gotcha. In that case, Sam is just going to make a weapon attack. So he goes and does this, and that's 21 to hit, and
all right.
7 damage.
All right, excellent. It howls in rage. It's so close to death. So close to death. Gosh, I don't. It's so close to. Okay, well, she's gonna do the same thing that she does every time. So she misses. Eleanor rolls a 16 and a 23, and so the second one hit. So she does deal 14 points of damage to this creature. As it's limping, barely being able to move, but it brings us to Gwen. This thing is so low, Gwen. This is your chance.
Am I still poisoned?
Let me see.
I need to know.
Yeah. Oh, you can actually, and you can do the saving throw. We already saved. No, you didn't save. No. It's over. It's over.
It's over? Okay, great.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to do all my attacks. And since I have my right active, my claw attacks are considered magical, just in case it matters. That's not the right dice. I get 1. That's not very good. Well, 18.
Meets.
9. That's 16 damage on the first one.
Okay.
That's a natural 20!
All right. You may finish this thing off.
3, 4.
It has 3 hit points.
10,
so
12, 17 damage.
Yes. So it goes down. Describe describe it.
I don't know. I just kill it. I'm going to do one very, very, very large slash kind of just across its torso and its guts, and so it's all like bleeding out. And then because I have mad hops now, I'm gonna do like a high jump and just bring my second claw like down on top of it, like into its neck, just like drive it into the ground.
Okay, yeah, you slam it into the ground. This crunch sound as it goes like, and as its breath kind of heaves and wheezes, it kind of struggles on the floor as you're kind of like just barreling into it and like leaning down and crushing it into the walkway. And this dark energy begins to bleed off of it. This red, curling arcane energy spilling from its wounds as the air crackles. Terror begins to howl, and it's lashing out, scratching at the catwalk, tearing deep gouges into it, and it begins to crumble. Pace. As Terror begins to die, from your chest begins to emanate a light. As your tattoo begins to glow with energy that kind of courses through you, and you even feel yourself being lifted off the ground as your feet kind of hover just a few inches off, and as this kind of takes over you, as this dark swirling energy is floating off of Terror, from your tattoo, it begins to extend, like the symbols begin to extend like a three-dimensional lattice of golden light, and it begins to ensnare and wrap around the corrupted soul of your ancestor, and it rips it free from the dark grip and draws it into you. And you feel... it's too quick to know right now. I think it's just going to be confusing for a while, but in a few minutes, you're going to feel a presence with you. Asleep, dormant, but patience is now within you. And you have unlocked the final ability of your tattoo. So, with that, we are going to take a break now. We're going to lose Gwendolyn for the second half, but she went off with a glory, so we don't feel too bad.
Yes,
so,
queen.
excellent. So, thank you all for watching. We'll be back in a bitty boo. So, we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Welcome back, G listeners. We have returned. The party has just dealt a fatal blow to a devil thing that Pace was related to obscurely, but Pace has taken in that soul into her heart, into her heart cage, where it will stay safe, like the animals that she gave away. So yeah, it's all on theme. So let's see. I did all the announcements at the top. Hi everybody. Hi. Who's in chat currently? I know we got Toad Commander. What's up? Paint Wizard. Name is Khajiit. Matt Munn Gaming. Joseph. Lots of, and then a few bots. Hey bots, and the rest of you.
Robots deserve love too.
They do.
Nah.
They do.
Nah.
Nah, you think? Let's debate that after this session. Let's do it. Let's see. Okay, so the party stands before this kind of like torn apart corpse as like Gwen is still, I think, a little frenzied, ripping into it, sending viscera around. What do you want to do?
Gwen, you are done. It is over. Gwen.
I walk up to her and go, hey, big girl.
You're only doing this because she's not here.
Sun's getting real low.
Oh, no.
And the rest of us collectively push the two of them into the magnetar.
Yeah.
Leave!
All right, so because she's not here, we're gonna go ahead and just fast track that scene as Gwen slowly calms down. I'm going to say that she stays in her form for now, though.
But you're saying it worked.
Yeah, she's just panting heavily. And like kind of, you know, like the way like dogs when they breathe out of their nose sometimes, but they have like a little bit of like snot and just like this little on Rosh's face. Just like a really light misting.
And when it hits Rosh's face, it kind of sizzles a little bit.
It could, yeah. Yeah, you were raising your hand?
Yeah, just a quick question. Do we still feel the impending pull of the neutron star?
The magical aspect of it? No, you do not.
Oh.
You are outside that range, it seems. The magical presence that you felt upon you might have re-latched on had you stayed that close to the eye at the North Pole of this thing. But you've moved far away, so no. You do, however, notice that the energies within the center of this sphere that's just revolving at a rate that is not perceptible, really. You just it almost like looks still, but there's like you see energy lashing off of it at a really high rate of speed. Bolster, roll me an intelligence check, please.
Just straight intelligence.
Yeah, but at a disadvantage because you got a point of exhaustion.
Oh shoot! Rolling again.
She rolled a 16 and a 23.
So 16.
So we'll take the 16. So the construction of this thing, of this kind of gyroscope surrounding this sphere, is incredibly, obviously structurally. I wanted like say integrity in a different way. Like it's very structurally integrated. Integritus, sure. But it's missing an arm now.
So I think Bolster would probably say to everyone, guys, I think this might have destabilized some things with this with the star in the middle here. I think us breaking this thing, you might be moving towards bringing down the house, if you know what I mean.
All right,
Question.
then, let's get back to the ship. Go
Yes.
ahead, Pace. This ain't
Is this in character?
This is out of character.
Okay.
Pace doesn't raise her hand and wait.
That's true.
Did everybody see the light and the
But
glowing?
now that she has patience, does she wait?
she might.
We shall see. Did they all see that?
Like, was that a visible phenomena to everybody?
Yes, it was.
Oh, it was. Oh.
Yes, Soup's viz.
Okay. So as Bolster's like, we should go. Pace is like, yes, we should. Let's go immediately.
All right. Well, okay. Let's get going. But Pace, what happened to you as Bolster is kind of turning like with the intention of running?
Right. Is anyone not walking? Rosh, are you hanging back?
Well, I'm making sure that the others are coming with us, but I also would like to point out we came here to find information on the cult that's doing all this. We haven't found any information. We at least need a data node, something to let us know what was going on here, what they were doing.
And why everyone is missing?
Otherwise, all of this was for nothing.
Let's at least get out of this chamber in case, maybe the collapse is going to be contained to here, but we can take the long way around to get back to the ship. Keep looking.
It is a magnetar, and I look at Eleanor. Is the collapse going to be contained to this room?
I couldn't even begin to imagine, but this station creates a very slim stream of a little envelope of safety, and I think if anything happens to the station, I don't know what's going to happen to that.
So very quick, and then leave very quick.
Yeah, just grab something on the way out, but we need something to know where to go next. Otherwise, I have no idea where we're going.
Okay.
Bolster looks at Pace and he's like, "Do you want to check your grandma's body just to see if there's anything?"
That is not our body.
You're right, but do you think she has anything that would be helpful?
Sure, I will shove my hands into the ichor and see if there's anything useful.
I think you find some organs.
Okay.
That are very alien. I don't even know that you know what they're used for.
Do we want to keep this? I believe it's called a squeedly spooch, and this
Put
is
it down.
Okay.
Let's get out of here.
I definitely think Gwen is probably taking some bone or some piece of the body.
Maybe the horns.
Yeah,
you think?
that sounds right.
Ace feels weird about this.
Yeah,
I don't think. Yeah, I think
makes sense.
I think Gwen is just wolfed out, still like just dragging a skull or half of a skull fragment behind her.
Yeah,
Ace feels even more weird about it.
Yeah, I think basically the top of the skull, like just like without the lower jaw, just kind of rips that off. So yeah, she could probably make a really cool hat out of it or a helmet, which would be cool if Bolster like enchanted that or something. But yeah, cool. That makes sense. We'll
You take all your ancestor skulls and turn them into so many cool hats.
So I think that process doesn't take super long because I imagine she's being a bit like just rough about it.
Yeah,
and probably not cleaning it off there either. Just taking it with her. So we won't hover around too long. So let's say that a couple minutes have passed since the final blow. What do you want to do?
I would like to make our way to where we left our ship, and if we pass any like terminals, any computer-ish things, I'm looking for data nodes, I guess, like similar to what Gwen and I went looking for at the swamp world.
Okay. All right. So you all. By the way, I added the effect of the thing to your Mark of Constance handout.
Thank you.
So that's what SoulNet means. Okay. Let me see.
There's a branching path here. Where do we want to check it out really quick before this thing explodes?
No, not really. Unless you want to, then yes.
We gotta come back with something. What
I
do you
know.
think, Raj?
I agree. Let's just run down that way and see what's there.
Okay. All right. So you run back the way you came. It's passive P. Raj, was yours 17? I thought it was higher than that. I wonder if Roll20 fixed a stat and.
It's 7 plus 10, so yeah, 17.
Oh, that is 17. All right. Well, you regardless, I thought it was higher. Oh, I'm thinking of your AC. Your AC is like 19.
Yeah.
Again, weird numbers that I know of you all. That don't make sense. Okay, so I think you and Pace actually both notice as you go by the place where you entered. Where are my notes? You notice that the door where the hatch that Bolster had sprayed on his hole, the sealant, it is cracked and on the floor in chunks, and the door is slightly ajar.
Oh no.
Not you, Bolster. You don't notice.
Sorry.
And that's to the ceiling.
Actually, 15's really high. Yeah, you noticed too. It's really only Vincent and Gwen who don't notice.
And that's the sealant back the way we came, where the ship is.
Yes.
Okay. Looks like something got through.
Something other than us?
Bolster?
Now, what are we looking at now?
Does your sealant have a habit of breaking off and opening unexpectedly?
No, that's not normal. Although, I mean, I could surmise maybe, this radiation is a lot.
Investigation check.
And I also look for tracks.
Yes. Survival for you.
I rolled a 20.
Okay. Bolster, as you kind of look at it, you notice that the sealant seems to have like a new residue on it. Did you roll your survival already, Pace?
Yes, it is 16 total.
Okay, good to know.
Unless it's something with humanoids, then I have advantage.
Roll again.
Hey! Ooh, 22.
Okay. Okay, so both of you notice simultaneously these two things. Bolster, you notice that it seems like there's a residue on it. It seems like there's some sort of like fast freeze spray, because and the reason you're able to surmise that is because there's 3 empty cans on the ground next to it that was used to kind of like make the sealant brittle. And it seems to, it happened not too long ago, because there's still some like of that the smell of like ozone in the air after that goes off. Pace, you see tracks of small feet that have moved this way, and there's lots of little steps around the edge of the door, and they seem to go in to the airlock, which I think all of you, I'll include all of you in this, because you all experienced it earlier. Even though the door is ajar, none of you are feeling the ill effects of radiation.
But so the little footprints continue like in towards where we currently are?
They seem to go towards the Arcturus 8.
Oh. I think we have a little visitor.
Oh no, I hope help is okay.
Then did you put the parking brake on?
Yes, the ship is docked, but let's get back to it in case we got some potential ship thieves.
Did we see what was down the hallway yet?
Nope, you didn't. You can.
Right. You all head back that way. I'm just going to run down here and see what's there.
Take Gwen with you. We'll go secure the ship.
Okay.
Just so you're not alone out there, Rosh.
Fair.
Cool. So, does anyone remember? I think Blood Hunters, the transformation lasts for like 10 minutes. Is that?
Yeah.
Sounds right.
All right. She can drop it though at will, can't she?
She can. I'm gonna say she leaves it up because she's real amped up.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Okay. All right. So, Rosh, you peel off with Wolfie, Gwen, and the 4 of you. Yeah, I'll have Eleanor tag along with you 3 as
I'd
you
like
go.
to follow the tracks if possible.
Okay. They stop very quick. Like once they get closer to they lead up to your ship. Actually, forgot there's like ash all in there too. So and you notice as you like walk into the airlock, the blast shields are up again. And the armature where the camera that Bolster had ripped from the ceiling is like still like sparking and stuff. So how do you approach going in the ship? What are you going to do?
I'm just going unless someone stops me.
Bolster's like, let me go ahead, and I shift Sam out of believe mode back to a standard.
He's been clomping along. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, he's been clomping along, but suddenly his legs fold up, his jets fold out, and he kind of begins hovering again. Yeah, and I think he's like, all right, yeah, let's.
Do we want to be very stealthy?
That's not a bad idea. Sneak up on them if they've taken over.
All right.
Sneaky, I'm gonna go straight to the cockpit, make sure they're not messing about up there.
Okay. And I'll cast Pass Without a Trace on those of us who are sneaking.
All right. Excellent. So go ahead and roll me your sneak rolls, and then we'll I gotta roll for Eleanor. I gotta bring her sheet back up.
29 for pace.
Lord.
Are we adding the Pass Without a Trace to our...
Yes.
All right, 16 for Bolster.
Nice.
No, Vincent is not stealthing his way to the cockpit. He's just...
Oh, you're just racing over there? Okay. And Gwen rolls a 10, so she gets 20 and stuff. Or she rolled a 3, actually.
But Gwen's with Rosh, right?
Going with me.
I said Gwen, I meant Eleanor.
Okay.
Sorry. Eleanor gets a 20 on stealth. Okay, so she's going to go with you 3. Vincent, you're running ahead. And we will go to Rosh and Gwen as you make your way down the hallway. Heading down the hallway as it winds, gravity, much like it did on the other side, seems to shift, although, and you're not sure if it's, it gets really wonky really quickly. At first, it starts to like peel to the right up the wall, but then it shifts back to the floor and then to the left wall, like towards out of the space, and then back towards, and like you find as you're moving through the hallway, things get really difficult to navigate as you kind of get constantly where you think you're going to be walking. It's incredibly disorienting as you like slide across the floor, then up the wall, and then back down. Can I
do something as we're going to, if I'm noticing that, is that I'm
Sure.
just taking Soul kind of behind me, since it's the radiant sphere, and sort of like digging a groove behind us, following the track. So if we have to run back, we can just follow that, knowing which way he's going to go.
Perfect. Very smart. All right. So you're scoring this like mark into the bulk head and the flooring in the walls, like to kind of make this path. And as you reach the end of the hallway, you see several like terminals, and notice this seems to be some sort of like communications deck that you've stumbled upon as you kind of pass through like a airlock, not an airlock, a doorway that's just that opens up for you as you approach it. There's a few different levels of elevation, so it's like a tiered workspace. There's computers, there's pipes and conduits leading all the way to the top. It seems to be vacant, but with your passive perception, it looks like the and this seems like, and you at first you wonder if it's just disorientation from having your center of gravity shifted all over the place. But it feels like the room is breathing a little bit. It kind of swells a little bit in your vision and like recedes and swells a little bit, recedes. It's barely perceptible. But yeah, you do, and I, with your passive perception, you notice that. And I think Gwen kind of like continues walking ahead of you. If you don't,
I pointed out to her and get her to hold back.
Okay.
Do I see anything on the floor? I assume there wouldn't be any writings or ledgers or anything like that. Everything would be digital. Do I see remnants of people that were here? Bodies, blood?
You don't see any bodies or blood. Just the kind of the haze of ash floating through the air, like heavy dust motes.
Okay. And there are computers around?
There are computers around, yes.
Okay. Do they have, I guess the way that technology works in the setting, is there something physical we could take that might contain data on? Is there, or do we need to get into the computers? And
I think that you could, I mean, it depends on if you want to do like a quick smash and grab, basically. You can, like rip a few, towers loose and like, worry about parsing through the hard drives later. You have a limited scope. You don't know what's on that hard drive. But presumably everything's kind of connected through some sort of network. So probably, it's a bit of a dice roll. Not literally in this case, just like that's what it is. A metaphorical dice roll.
Okay. Is there power in this room? Do I see that the computers could turn on, that I could walk up to one and use it for a second?
Yeah, I think you see power in this room.
Okay.
The station is still powered, although there are certainly energy fluctuations that kind of notice in this, like that you've been seeing this whole time as you've been going through. Like lights will like be mostly dim and then kind of flare up really bright and then like go dim again and then like flicker out and then back to dim.
Okay.
So but you do see like certainly like some flickering green lights on different monitors.
Okay, then I am going to go to the closest computer terminal to me and just quickly hit some, like, just get it to come on and see what I'm seeing on the screen. Any like file names, what's on this computer.
Okay, so as you go in, I think in a moment you see ship manifests.
Okay.
Super secret cult plans.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for. No, but that's helpful. I'm going to just. I'm still keeping an eye around the room to see if that pulsing is changing at all now that we're in it.
Okay. I'll use your passive perception if you roll under it, but go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Okay.
See if you can bump it up.
A little bit higher. 19.
Okay. It feels like the room is constricting slowly, but it's constricting.
Okay. I just look to Wolf Gwen and just say, just rip these from the wall. Grab what you can. Let's go.
Okay. And she, Gwen runs in, just rips, let's think. 1, 2. I think I'll let her get 3. Like, she puts 2 under one arm and rips one more. And as she like rips 3 computers, and are you doing anything else?
I'll grab one if I can, but I'm keeping a very close eye on what's going on around us.
Okay, so as you kind of rip these computers 3, like these tubes and wires, they become like snake down like boa constrictors that kind of like reach out and start reaching for you. Sorry. Yep.
If I have a time to react in that moment.
Yeah, sure.
I'd like to do my because I haven't used it yet. Crap. Radiance of the Dawn. And that explosion of radiant energy comes out to try to repel anything that's coming towards us.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. So yeah, you do that. That's like a lot of radiant damage, correct?
Yeah, it's 2d10 plus 7 radiant damage. I can roll, and they have to make Constitution saves.
All right. So or half damage.
Or half damage.
Okay. So I think you buy yourself a moment as this burning energy like flashes across the room, and like as the room begins to kind of constrict around you, like it kind of pushes back for just a moment, reacting to this blast, and you race through the bulkhead. It'll race through the opening, the side hole, into the hallway, and back towards the ship. And you hear this like just a deafening sound of like screeching metal as like the whole facility behind you begins to like pinch together, and like you see like the computers beginning to like turn over and like smash into the ground, and as these sharp fragments of plastics and metal begin to like look almost like teeth as it wires together into this maw that's like becoming the room behind you. As you move down the hallway, following your scoring marks, which makes it much easier the way back than the way there. Fantastic. So we're going to go back to the Arcturus 8, and I should probably be I should have been pushing this just real briefly. But we're not going to finish that. Just oh, Cooper. Hey, buddy. He wants to hang out for a second. All right. So the rest of you go onto the ship. Oh.
Is the Stone Koopa Cashew magically alive somehow?
He's alive!
No, you're dead, my game buddy. I killed you. Well, they killed you. Those are your killers. No. Okay. All right. You're being kissy. Okay. So, Vincent, you race ahead. Where are you racing?
To the cockpit, making sure no one's there trying to pull away from the station or anything.
Okay. You find somebody. Well, actually, what you see is a butt. You see a butt underneath the console as someone is working underneath. You hear kind of like you see like different panels being kind of thrown apart, parts on the floor as this like little butt is wiggling in the they're kind of like leaning underneath working on it.
Okay, I'm going.
It's a clothed butt, Lindsay. I'm just kidding.
That literally never occurred to me. I was just like, well, who is it?
Moon attack.
Yep. So I am going to approach with prestidigitation, creating a menacing, play of magic over my hands, and just say, "Y'all better drop whatever it is you're doing and come out from under there right now. I'm going to be real ornery with you."
And I think what you hear right away is just a boom as they start and their head smacks the console above them. They're like, what was the voice I was going to do for this? Hold on. And it kind of don't do nothing. I'm coming out.
Keep your hands where I can see him and move nice and slow.
And kind of the butt scooches towards you as it backs out underneath the console, and slowly you see this figure of a creature that has skin not unlike your own, very charcoal, dark slate skin, but short, but quite short, no hair. As you see a probably something that you've never seen before, but a Svirfneblin. As it's like, oh, okay.
This is not important at all, but we've seen a Svirfneblin before. It was the wizard who revived
you. Me. Did! I like this race, I guess. Oh boy, you have seen one of me. Okay.
You got about 30 seconds to explain what the heck you're doing here, and I'll just sort of call over my shoulder. Found one up here. Keep checking the rest of the ship.
I don't need. I was trying to hotwire this thing. That's it. That's all I was trying to do.
We're gonna have some words with you, but this may be your lucky day, because I imagine that station's about to collapse in on itself, and we're not heartless enough to throw you out into the void, assuming all you want is to get out of here.
Yes. Let's go. I can't get this thing to work, though.
Yeah, why don't you stand over against that wall, keep your hands up. Okay. And I'm just gonna check, make sure you didn't do anything too bad. Make sure the ship is still operable for once the full crew is back on board and we can get out of here. Okay,
so you kind of, as you're ascertaining the damage he may or may not have done, Pace and Bolster, you check throughout the rest of the ship, and pretty quickly you find Help, who kind of is tucked away really high on the ship, like on the back, near the engine room. He kind of peeks out and saying,
They came on the ship a few minutes ago.
Was there more than one?
No.
Just one.
Are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
Did they bother you?
No.
Did they seem like trouble?
They were trying to hotwire our ship.
Thank you, Help.
But I unplugged this flux capacitor down here, so
Attaboy.
It wasn't ever going to work.
High five, Help.
Okay.
You are so smart. I like you so much.
Good job, buddy. You just saved all of our lives.
And I'm going to go
our
meet
ship could travel in time.
Yes, it can.
Well, it travels in time and space. It just only goes forward through time.
Exactly.
I'm going to go to the cockpit.
All right. So I think as this situation was resolving, you see this small figure wearing kind of coverall or overalls, really dusty, ashy, coated all over it. This kind of sweater where it has a tool belt around its waist, and wearing these big goggles around its eyes that are kind of with green lenses, and it is kind of just pressed against the wall. And hello. Okay.
Yes, thank you, Pace. Keep an eye on him. Just got to make sure the ship is ship shape.
I will stand maybe 1.5 feet away from him and just stare down at him.
Okay, so you leverage about 4 feet over him. Okay, so Vincent, you kind of are inspecting the damage. It doesn't seem like it's done any damage at all. Just like unspooled everything.
Mhm.
There was like he was trying to like bypass something, but it's nothing like that you can't like refix, reattach pretty quickly.
Yeah, I'll tell Vincent what help did.
Cool. So I'm just going to make sure the ship is flyable. I'll worry about making it neat and nice later once we're very far away from the impending black hole.
Okay. So as this is happening, Rosh and Gwen are like, okay. As I think beginning at this point, I think you all begin to like hear this sound of screeching metal, and then additionally, from what Rosh you know. Other than what you know is after you currently, slowly after you, the entire station begins to vibrate noticeably, just like shaking a bit. And I think at this, the deep gnome in the room like begins to like get visibly nervous. Like, this thing can fly, right?
Oh, it can. We're just waiting for the rest of our crew. We're not leaving them behind.
Actually, we crash landed here. We're all going to die here together.
Pace, I gotta go run and get Rosh. But
I feel like I'm just grinning at this guy, like just ear to ear.
Okay, roll
don't
me a
kill him.
Deception, because I want to see if this kid despairs or not.
Well, it's with disadvantage because I'm exhausted, right?
Yeah.
Great. Oh, actually, that's 12.
Okay.
14 minus 2.
Okay. Nah, he believes you. So I think what he's going to do is
grinning with super sharp teeth probably is not super comforting either.
Yeah. So I think he's going to freak out and like kind of like push past you a little bit, Vincent, and like desperately be like looking at the console, like trying to help fix this thing as fast as possible.
I'm booting this up as fast as I can, but Pace is just our navigator. She's not our pilot. I would still be scared of her, but I'm gonna do.
I start belly laughing.
Yep. I'm gonna do my darndest to get us out of here.
Okay, back to Gwen and Rosh. What do you do once you get back to the ship?
I think as we run in, if we have a button that closes the hatch, I'm closing it behind me, and I'm just hitting an intercom and just saying, "We should probably go now."
And I go.
And I'm also running to where Vincent is, so I can hopefully get an enhance ability on him before we get too far into space.
All right. So Vincent, you decouple from the airlock of the station. Is anyone looking out a window?
I'm keeping an eye on this guy because Vincent told me to.
Okay. All right. So none of you see this really cool stuff.
I mean,
Anyway.
No, I think Bolster's looking out a porthole, like over near where his computer system is by the engine.
Okay. As the Arcturus begins to like and come away from the station, like that hole where like your airlock connected, it begins to kind of turn into a mouth that's like snaps as you like pull away from it, and then these pieces of the ship begin to reach out like or bioorganic or biomechanical, like just things reaching out to you. And Vincent, you begin to like pull back, and the station, as this is happening, the station begins to like peel with all this energy as lightning begins to crackle all over it. And then in the blink of an eye, like half of the station just disappears for a second as this massive cascading energy kind of explodes off of it, and then the other half like crumbles in. Vincent, you're gunning it, flying out as fast as possible along this slipstream, and we're gonna do 3 more checks, piloting checks, as Rosh does enhance ability. Bolster, you do your thing.
Do my thing, yeah. So
we're gonna skip moral support this time.
Yep.
I was gonna say I'm not helping because I'm
I rolled 14.
I think that's the DC, right? Or was it?
It is. I think it's 13 actually.
Okay. All right. So you meet. And so that's advantage, or well, how did we do this last time? You got an advantage, and you got a D4 added to it, I think.
Oh yeah, it is 14. Yeah, and it 1d4. So.
All right, so you get a advantage plus a D4.
Yeah, advantage from rush. Okay.
All right, so 3 times.
Okay. And how many of these are dex?
These are all going to be dex because the way the slipstream is going, it's not following a pattern that you studied because the station is collapsing and there's it's the slipstream itself is quickly falling apart and constricting, and so this is all going to be just like hip shots basically.
Yep. That's so. First one at advantage, that's a 17 plus 2 for 19. Second one.
So 19, yes.
Another 19.
19, yes.
One last one. Probably a natural 16. No, that's a total of 16.
I think that one is not sufficient because so I need to double check and see what damage I was using. I think it was 66. Yep. Okay. So this might kill your new friend. Whoops. We'll see. So I need everyone to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. I don't know if it helps new friend, but I was gonna say like the extent of my helping was pulling the guy away from the controls and being like, "You should come hang out with me."
Okay.
So I don't know if like my body shields him at all.
No.
I figured not. If it's going through the hull of a spaceship.
Not unless you're lead.
My defense is lead sometimes.
Yeah.
I keyed. That's a 14 con save for Vincent.
Pace got 15.
Bolster got a 9.
Am I making this one?
You were not affected by that. So this thing fails to, or the kid fails. It's not a kid. I don't know what he. All right,
Would
so you
Samathes be rolling as well?
No, Samathes is not affected by.
Okay.
Well, because this isn't so much. No, yeah, he's not affected. We'll just say he's not infected.
Okay.
All right. So, you can roll a natural 20, of course. So, everyone takes 27 points of radiant damage.
Everyone?
I'm resistant, or else that would have knocked me out.
I'm gonna roll. Well, I gotta roll for. If you rolled below, or if you rolled 17 or above, then you take half.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a Constitution for Eleanor. She fails.
I'm sorry, you said it was 21?
27.
27. And I'm gonna roll for Gwen real quick. Come on now. Everything's so slow. I got so many sheets up. She fails too. All right, so let's get this all updated. Sorry, so 27 as this horrific energy kind of like just I think Vincent, just before you like reach the kind of like the horizon of this radiation storm, just the slipstream totally collapses, and you just fly through it for a short distance that irradiates most in the ship. And I actually should roll one for someone else.
Is it help?
It is help. And they're still alive. But they got hurt real bad. Yeah. Okay, sorry. So I'm going to take you all out of this sector and just put you in the star map for now. But the deep gnome gets knocked out. Is like and it's throwing up over themselves and is at 0 hit points and dying.
Ew, Russell, he's messy.
I don't know if you need to waste a spell on him, but maybe check to make sure he doesn't choke on his own vomit.
I've got the energy left. I'll just do it. And I'll do a first level cure wounds on him.
Okay. All right. You restore this character back to life.
11 hit points.
This to be named character back to life.
We did have a.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Cool. So you all get outside of the. Is it called an event horizon? I don't know if it is.
I think so.
Is it? Okay.
I think-
Yeah, you get just outside of that. And you are kind of like cruising in between systems in the Ardent sector.
I'm gonna put the guy down. With my metal hand, just like kind of brush some of the vomit off of his shirt. Squat down real close next to him. So what just happened back there? What do you know of this station we were there at? We were there at. I know what I said.
I know what you said. What? This station?
The place
I'm
you just
sorry.
were that fell apart.
I'm covered in my own puke right here.
Mm-hmm.
That's digitated off him.
Oh. Magic. Okay. What do you want to know?
Everything.
What she said. Who was there? Why were they there? What did they do?
Why were you there? Let us start there.
I should not be laughing right now.
Let's go back to your childhood. Is what that was.
What brings you here?
Yeah. What? Like, how did I get here?
No, like what were you doing there? What are they doing there? Why were you there?
Well, I've been there for a while.
Doing?
I worked maintenance.
On?
This station.
Why?
I didn't have anywhere else to go.
What did it do? What was its purpose? Why was it there in the middle of a dangerous radiation storm by a neutron star?
I thought I knew. But I don't know. When I started working at it, it was just it was a station like nothing I'd ever seen before, harnessing this power, and I thought it was some sort of science thing. But I mean, a bunch of religious kooks running it, but whoever's paying for it doesn't bother me. It was a place for me to eat. And I got to work with some of the best technology I've ever seen. But I mean, you were there. Things got weird recently.
Yeah, where was everyone else?
Well, they were here, and they've been doing what they've been doing for a long time. They go around and collect people.
Recruiting or?
Kind of recruiting, kind of just, I don't know, making a home for people who need a home.
Sounds awful nice.
It did. But
why was the station empty?
Well, lately they started bringing people to the core, and I'd never seen anything like it before. Just they led people there and to show them everything, and people just started walking into it, one after the other. And I don't know everything. I don't know exactly why.
Who was in charge?
Well, we had a few people that run the place. My direct superior was Samir. He was head of maintenance. As far as like who was running like the whole, like following the money, I still don't know exactly where the money was coming from, but
Religious cooks, you said.
yeah, they're part of that church of, I don't know, Children Pull High. And I don't know, followers of the only living God and all that. But they seemed harmless.
So they started throwing people into a neutron star.
So I've been hiding since then.
Did you ever see it?
See what?
The star, the core.
From a distance. It was restricted area, and we definitely had maintenance in there, but that wasn't my focus. They didn't often bring me out. I would go to see it all the time. It's the most amazing thing I ever seen, but they didn't let me work on it. And it kind of pushes back his goggles and kind of rubs at his face. He's not crying, but he's like rubbing it, like tired eyes.
When you were hiding, did you notice, either through ship sensors or something, or station sensors, ships leaving, or did no one leave the station by conventional methods?
Well, most who came did not go, but yeah, some people left.
And this was after they started walking people into the sphere?
Yeah, I couldn't see everything that was coming and going. I didn't want to risk getting caught, but because they started throwing in other people I worked with for years now, led them up to that walkway.
I would like to determine if he is holding any information back from us.
Okay.
Great. Oh, that's so good, but I have disadvantage. That's not too bad. 17?
Not yet.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like probably still in the middle of it, but like so far, what you've seen, doesn't seem to be holding too much back. But he does continue though with this question.
I would like to continue to watch it.
Yeah. When the people went in, monsters came out. And you wouldn't even believe what I seen come out of that thing.
Try us.
And where did the things that came out go? The station seemed mostly deserted when we went through it.
They went on the ships with the survivors of the. So it wasn't just the refugees that walked in. It was also some of the children themselves. But there's a few high-ranking ones, I think, that remained, and they took most of the transport ships and made their way off with the monsters.
Could you describe these high-status ones?
I mean, they all look alike to me. They all wear them robes.
Do you know when any of them were going?
Well, not most of them. But I did work with one. She was a bit different. I don't think the other people of Volhai liked her all that much. But she was terrifying. When she looked at you, it was just... Anyway, I was supposed to fix up her ship. Get her ready. She took, gosh, I forget what was the name of her ship, the Nihilus. That is one hell of a ship she has.
Does Gwen or Eleanor react to the name of that ship?
Yes. But I think, sure, if I can recall, someone roll me a D10 plus 3 for his recall. Or not D10, D20 is plus 3, sorry. I want to see how useful. So 8. Okay.
Can I bend his luck?
Sure.
I'm going to spend my last 2 sorcery points of the day to add a D4 to his roll.
Okay.
That is a 4, so he gets a total of 12.
Okay, perfect. Easy. And as this magic kind of goes, well, I don't even know if he knows it's coming from you. I think just the fog clears for him for a moment. Yeah, got fueled up to make a jump to the Seraphis system. I think she, well, I don't exactly know what she's there for, but...
Well, I think if this is who we think you're talking about, I think we have a pretty good idea, and I think we know where we're headed to next.
I said Seraphis system, I meant sector. To answer a quick question, pace, that you asked, and I'll just say that. So I noticed that, so for your hometown pace and for Gwen's hometown, both of you had a system, not a sector. And so I just named the sector, and your system is within that sector.
Makes sense.
So the Titanus system is within Seraphis, and Jiki system is in Uruka sector.
Love it.
Cool. So, yes. Did I finish the question? I think I did.
More or less.
I think so. Do you have a name for this person?
I guess with a 12, I think it.
I really hope that he said that.
They just called her the Knight.
How very indirect.
Well, I was just the help. So, I know y'all have lots of questions, but what are you gonna do with me?
How long has it been since you ate?
I mean, if you can call what I've been eating, maybe a couple days.
Well then, follow me. We have some good meat on this ship.
As
Okay.
I said, we're not going to space you. It's up to you whether you want to, earn your keep on board here. Well, we might be willing to overlook your attempted theft of our ship, but you can either join up with us and help us out, because we're kind of hunting down these children of Volhai, you might say. Maybe help us get revenge on them, or avenge your friends who were sacrificed by them, or we can drop you off at the nearest station and we'll never see us again. Don't have to answer right away. We'll get some food in you, let you rest up a bit. We've all had a bit of a tumultuous day.
Thanks.
By the way, what is your name? We never got to the introductions part of this spiel.
I'm Gunner.
Well, Gunner,
Hello.
I'm Vincent.
I am Pace.
Hi.
Rosh.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Bolster.
Hey,
That is
Bolster.
Gwen, that is Eleanor. I think I'd say Gwendolyn. That is Gwendolyn.
Hi. Again.
Come now, I make you lunch. Let's go.
Okay.
Good
right.
to meet Kitty.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
Oh no. Okay. We'll hold on for that. So we'll come back to that later.
Maybe Kitty's personality programming was fried by the radiation.
There's still a pending scene to adjust the voice modulator.
But yeah, until that happens, I've got to commit to the bit. So, Rosh, as you and Gwen and Eleanor and Vincent and Bolster, did you remain in the cockpit, or are you going to go to the lunchroom?
Yeah, I think Bolster is kind of following.
Okay. All right. So, the four of you kind of hear down there, like, "Oh, hello! What can I get for you?" Would you like a cucumber slice? A single one. So the four of you are still in the cockpit. What do you do?
Eleanor, Gwen, that's where you're from, correct? Surface
Oh
system.
boy. Yes. Oh, I can do Eleanor. Yeah. I mean, it's where our headquarters are. It's not where I'm from. I don't think it's where you're from, Gwen. I don't know if Gwen answers.
Yeah. We'll have that.
Gwendolyn goes full
We'll have that next
tranquil.
time.
Yeah, she just goes tranquil.
Yeah.
she de-wolfs and it goes.
Is that near where your order is?
Yes.
So she could be going to finish what she started.
Could be.
Well, then I guess we better give chase. See if we can't outrun her.
Bolster, Vincent, you might be able to do more with these than we can. Gwen, where did you put the computers you were holding?
In the computer. No, that's my perfect Gwen impression.
We'll take a look at them once we set course.
Yeah, we were able to scavenge some materials before the room started to eat us.
Gonna have to expand on that later.
I don't think I can. It's about as detailed as I can get with that. We might be able to find some information on more of what they were doing here and arm ourselves better for our next encounter.
I'll get on that right away, Cap. Or who is Cap? I guess Vincent's Cap. That's my
Captain is
bad.
Cap.
Oh God.
Captain is dead! But yeah, alright, so rest up, eat up, check in on see what we can get from these computers, set course for Seraphis, get back to the order. Do either of you, Gwen or Eleanor, have a way of communicating with them? Would Rosh be able to use that send-in spell of theirs?
Do you have to personally know?
It just says to a creature. That's a typo. But I'd be familiar with it. Is the
okay? So yeah.
So
no. Eleanor, no. Eleanor doesn't have anything like that. There's no form of communication that would go faster than your ship, just because it's locked to like the way that signals are kind of locked with the arc stream at that speed.
Okay. Well, let's hope we're not too late to stop the knight, who I'm assuming is Beatrix.
Sounds like her. I'm mixing voices now. Sounds like her. There's this little bit up here.
Well, can't be any worse than a giant demon monster, I suppose.
You just had to jinx us, didn't you? The cosmos is always listening.
That they are.
I'm going to rest, though. If anybody needs any medical attention, you know where to find me.
I think we've all got some cuts and scrapes, but nothing that a good night's sleep won't cure.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we've got a lot of work to do. I'm gonna take these computers back to the lab and see what I can do.
We have a lab now?
If they start to move, if the wiring or anything starts to, just let me know. I wouldn't
If
plug them into anything essential on the ship, just in case.
We'll put them on a closed system just to make sure.
The Battlestar Galactica this.
What is that? Air gap? Is that what that's called?
Yeah, that's what
Is that the term, or is it a different term than that? I'm just curious.
closed circuit.
Yeah,
air gap is one.
Yeah, air
that
gap
they've
computer. Yeah. Okay, cool. I just wanted to know for my own edification. So, fantastic. So, all right. So, I think we don't have a ton of time left. So, is there any scene that anyone wants to have?
I would like Kitty to make me some very nice food.
And after that, I will fix Kitty's voice modulator.
Okay.
I need specifically 50 gold worth of very fine food, spiced very well.
Wow.
Oh, coming right up.
Yes, you can use the meat that I got from that other planet we were on, the one that we've been saving.
Wait, are you talking to? Oh yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
I'm talking to Kitty.
Oh, that's me! Oh boy, I've been looking forward to this for a long.
Well, I guess I will make it to myself.
And then, like, I'm like, Ong time.
Just do your finest.
Let's do it. So, what do you? What voice do you change this to, Vincent?
Oh, I don't know.
Or personality? Oh,
Gordon
you can pick. You can pick like a like a sort of a personality shift. It doesn't have to be like, oh boy, eager.
My
Can
vote is
be-
the Swedish chef.
Gordon Ramsay.
Is that all that different? Gordon Ramsay? It's like-
Can you please make it sound like the guy from a western that like has like the slop wagon or whatever, like the guy with like the beard.
Southern accents.
The guy
you're
from
like
Atlantis.
you're thinking like Gabby?
Whiskey and Lordy.
Like never mind. Slop, like an old prospector? Is that what you're thinking?
like a prospector. Yeah, like that.
I got your 4 main food groups.
Weird, okay. Like kind of like that. And it's
Yeah, exactly.
are you really gonna make me do that?
No, we can.
That's okay. I mean, you can.
I'm just trying to
I'm
think
giving
of,
you
like-
this option, but my God.
You
No,
could also just make him sound like McCree.
No. I think the same same level of enthusiasm that
Okay.
Kitty has been having, but
The
sort
voice of James Earl Jones.
Oh God.
just kind of a more neutral computer generated voice, not quite the Apple Sam voice, but
Like, oh boy, I really look forward to making this for you.
something along those lines.
That's fair.
I am joyless inside. I'm trying to think. Is that right? Is that it? Does that feel right?
I will miss Kitty. I just want this known.
I'm so happy to make you food.
I like that.
Yeah.
Oh no, I feel
I like
sad
that a
every time
lot.
he talks.
No, I feel so sad every time I hear Kitty talk.
Yeah.
No, I love Kitty.
That's
Kitty's so happy.
I feel sad for Ryan every time he makes his talk.
Yeah, it's a lot. And it's like, Of course, I will make your meal, Pace.
So much more pleasant.
Thank you. But it is not for me.
Oh.
I will.
Who is it for?
It is for my board.
Your board?
My board. My board.
Bird.
Oh, of course. I'm so sorry to hear about that.
Yes.
Sincerity. That's the worst.
De-atomized?
Oh.
You know how it is.
Sounds awful.
But yeah, I just wanted to make the food component that I need to bring Captain back.
Does Captain have any allergic reactions?
No, he prefers fish though. Fish are his favorite.
This will be the best fish that Captain has ever seen or smelled.
He also
Or-
can see.
Nope. This is going to be a hidden fish. I'm going to hide this meal somewhere on the aircraft.
No, he did not do that. I need it physically in my hands.
Very well. We'll have to play hide the fish some other time.
Yes.
It
That
is not
sounds-
is not a euphemism, you squinty boys. It's literally you just hide a fish. I thought the context was clear enough.
It's a bit harder to tell with your new voice, but we'll get used to it.
But yeah, I'm going to begin the 8-hour casting time of bringing Captain back.
Okay. All right. Excellent. So it's 59 on the hour. So we're gonna call the session there. Thank you all so much. There was a lot of help in chat tonight. With was there a loot drop?
There was.
Yes.
I missed the loot drop.
Maybe Peter has something in his back pocket that he forgot about.
Yeah, he does. I'm gonna give it to you right now because I'm really trying to get on top of delivering these things when they're purchased.
Does Pace get it? Because they're best friends now?
Sure, it's
They
a
should.
weird one.
A weird
I'm-
friendship, I know.
All right, I'm
Any
going.
friendship with Face is weird.
True.
So
But
this
Pace's
is
best friends are less than half her height.
so what it is. I don't know how. This doesn't make sense for. I think this is what this probably comes out of Vincent somewhere.
Aw.
It's a large. No, the guy has one. The guy. It's not Vincent. We'll change the size of it. It's a baseball-sized egg with a hard but fragile light yellow shell
I need it.
with
Go on.
with kind of needle-sized tiny pinpricks running along the outside of it.
Is it warm? Is it alive? Can I have it? Can I incubate it?
It doesn't feel warm,
Ah.
but it doesn't feel cold. It just feels room. Feels room.
I want it.
Okay, you have an egg.
I will take good care of it.
All right, put it in your inventory. Don't
I
forget
will.
about it.
I won't.
Is it
Okay.
like organic or is it like Fabergé?
It appears to be organic.
Interesting.
Okay, so that's going to be our session. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, Chris Morgan, for coming in with the bits, like Madhouse today.
Seriously.
With the NPC names. Thank you for the loot drops. I think, who was that? Was it Joseph?
Think
Or was it
so.
someone else?
I think it was.
Pull up this.
It was, I believe it was Joseph.
We had a loot drop from Joseph. Yes.
Okay,
And-
cool. So thank you, Joseph, for the loot drop.
Thanks for the egg.
Thank you for the egg. Thank you for the bits from Namus Khajiit. I think someone else did bits. I didn't notice. But anyway, thank you all so much for hanging out. There was like also some like inspiration and like healing from throughout the night that was also very, very, very helpful. So you all have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and we will be back in 2 weeks for another episode of Wildspace. So until then, keep spacing, spaceman. Person.
I don't know if I should follow that.
Keep,
Keep spacing.
Keep spacing.
Good night.
Good night.